is going on, gents? It's RPM here, coming at you with another episode of Hockey Mask Time. Now, before we get started, let us go ahead and bow our heads and recite the HMT motto, shall we? A man can only take so much disrespect. Now, with that out of the way, let us go ahead and get into the article that was published on the 6th of May. Man strangled wife to death after she was out with another man. Court told. Man pleads guilty to manslaughter of his wife in family home, but not guilty to murder. A father of 3 strangled his wife to death when she arrived home in the early hours after having had sexual intercourse with another man, the Central Criminal Court has heard. Now, let me just go ahead and say this right here. Woo! Opening the trial of Rafal Karaxin on Thursday, Connor Deverly, SC for the Director of Public Prosecutions, said the accused man's marriage to Natalia Karaxin was quote-unquote not terribly happy. But they stayed living together for their children, to whom they were devoted. Let me just go ahead and interject right here. Gentlemen, do not, I repeat, do not stay together for the children. Make whatever arrangements you need to make, but move the hell out. If your marriage has gone this far, go ahead, make the necessary arrangements, and move into your own separate places. Better the children see 2 happy parents living apart than 2 miserable parents living together. I thought the same thing, stay in it for the kids, but no. The kids know, the kids understand, they are smarter than we give them credit for, particularly in situations like this. Natalia was quote-unquote anxious to move on from the marriage, Mr. Deverly said, and on the Saturday night before she died, she went out with friends and went to another man's house where she had consensual sexual intercourse. When she returned home at about 6 a.m., her husband, quote-unquote, intruded into her bedroom as she prepared to go to bed, counsel said. A row fight erupted and Mr. Karaxin strangled his wife. The 35-year-old of Crozon Park, Sligo, has pleaded not guilty to murder, but guilty to the manslaughter of his 30-year-old wife at their family home in Crozon Park between April 29th, 2018 and May 1st, 2018. Following the opening, Brendan Grehan, SC, for Mr. Karaxin, said that his client accepts that he unlawfully killed his wife by strangling her and that he alone was responsible for her death. Mr. Karaxin also admits that he lied to his wife's sister and to Gardaí about what happened to his wife. I guess Gardaí might be the police. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. I was going to say description box, but oh well. The issue is to be decided by the jury, Mr. Grehan said. that will relate to the mental state of the accused when he strangled his wife. No shit, Sherlock. What man is going to be in a right mental state when his wife comes home and outright tells him, yeah, I got plowed by some guy that I met at the bar? Yeah, that would enrage any sane man. Mr. Deverly told the jury of 8 women and 4 men that the Karacsins are from Poland but moved to Sligo and in 2018 lived at Crozon Park with their 3 children. Wow, a jury of 8 women? Oh yeah, you know they stacked that jury. And of course, the 4 men, they're going to be overruled, even if they do feel sympathy for the man in this case. But as we all know, jury selection, yeah, they have to get more women so that way they can feel sorry for the woman. They're going to feel sympathy. Female-owned group preference is going to definitely be part of this selection. The evidence, counsel said, will quote unquote make clear that the marriage was not terribly happy. What the hell is a terribly happy marriage? Inquiring minds would like to know. It was quote unquote functional, and for the sake of their children, they continued to live together, sleeping in separate bedrooms. Yeah, when it gets to that point, just go ahead and move on, gents. Just move the hell out. They planned to move into separate homes, but Mr. Deverly said had different views as to how that would happen. I'm going to go ahead and conclude the article. But let's get to that scorecard, shall we? For location. It went down in the family home. Automatic 10. Method of execution. Hands-on, up close and personal, strangulation, automatic 10. Psychological impact. I'm going to give him a 5. No, scratch that. Scratch that. I'm going to take into account his psychological impact and the fact that this woman had the audacity to come home after getting plowed by another man and just having the outright gall, the unmitigated gall and audacity to tell him in his home that he's more than likely paying for. So for Mr. Karacsins' psychological impact, I'm going to give him a 10. And for the brutality factor, you guys know whenever it comes to up close and personal, hands-on, yeah, he's going to get an automatic 10 for that one. So Mr. Karaksin gets a score of 40. Gentlemen, as I stated before, if you're married and you're going through something like this, go ahead, move the hell out. Now, they mentioned that they were going to move into separate homes. My question will automatically be, is she making enough money to move into a separate home? That's always the question. But yeah, I would definitely say do not stay for the kids. Don't. Make your preparations, make your arrangements, sit down like adults and hash out what you need to hash out, and then go your separate ways from there. And if you can, make sure you have legal paperwork. Now, I think the reason why he became so enraged was because It's not the fact that they were having a bad marriage. I think the fact that she came home and just threw it all in his face. Yeah, I did this. What are you going to do about it? So, obviously, she had very little to no respect for him. And that's what drove him over the edge, in my opinion. Leave your opinion in the comments section. But read the rest of the article. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power will eventually go out. Feminism and using the overly tilted in your favor legal system and the court of public opinion will go out right along with it. Because when you thoroughly enrage a man to that point to where he puts on the mask, neither one of those two things will be there in those final moments. And it's only going to be you and him, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to win that fight. And you will end up in a box. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am out.
Murder on my mind, yeah. Losing all my hope, yeah. I'ma do the crime, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black